About Margarito, about the raps, whether he used them with Cotto or not, the bottom line is there's no getting around this. Whether or not he knew about it, whether or not he moved on with Cotto, they got caught with loaded raps right before the Mosley fight. That really happened. You know? So he didn't have to use loaded raps is already answered because he got caught with loaded raps against Mosley. All that stuff is like the lawyering of it, right? But Cotto told you why most people feel like Margarito had raps. He acts guilty when he's asked about it. When you watch him, he just doesn't look like he's telling you the truth. That's what it is.
And now I'll answer it. When I'm at home on my spare time, I often watch a cable channel called Investigation Discovery. And on Investigation Discovery, there are 24 murder cases a day. So there are 24 murder trials every day. And I have seen that there are many, many murder convictions which are based entirely on circumstantial evidence. The circumstantial evidence is extremely compelling. I don't know a single qualified ringside reporter who is not from Mexico who does not believe that Antonio Margarito had loaded gloves against Miguel Cotto in their first fight.
Yeah, by the way, this is not...
No one. Bob Arum says it's bullshit. California are two different places.
No. When this happened in California. When this happened in California, the first thing I did was go to the Nevada Commission where the fight took place, Cotto Margarito. And I interviewed every inspector and the commissioner, and they said it was impossible for the fighter to have a loaded knuckle pad.
Let Pacquiao fight Mayweather.
He says that he's been asked, and he's answered the question. Did you know the gloves were loaded going into the Mosley fight? He said, no, I couldn't tell. I asked him, did you ever use loaded gloves before? He said, no. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. I said, well, if you couldn't tell that the gloves were loaded going into the Mosley fight, how can you be sure they were not loaded?
I want to talk about the Cotto fight, because I'll tell you, I sat there and watched him get his hands wrapped. And Manny, help me out on this, okay? The commissioner never leaves as Tony's getting his hands wrapped. Is that true? You manage fighters.
That's true.
The commissioner watched him. And after he was done, he worked those things. And isn't this how it happens, Manny? He worked that glove. And then they sign off on it. And then they watch everything they do. From the folding of the gauze, the tape, everything. Are you telling me that
well, let me say this, sir.
Kaiser says there's no way those gloves were loaded.
Let me say this.
No way. So the question is, Manny, why doesn't anybody talk about that? The commission was in the room when Tony was getting his hands wrapped. They were there. Evangelist Cotto came into the room. He was in there for a good 15 minutes, but they all say that didn't happen. I was there. I saw it myself. Why doesn't anybody say that? The commission sat there when he was getting his hands wrapped.
You make your point. Thank you. You make your point.
No, I would like to answer this since he asked me that. First of all, there's commissioners and there's commissioners, okay? They're human beings. There's some that watch. I rap heads all the time. I've been doing it for about 50 years. When I'm rapping heads, there's some guys that sit there in conversation and they don't even pay any attention. And there's some that's different. But the fact is really clearly overrode by the fact that the trainer, the same Richardson, pointed it right there to the commissioner, and that's when it came out then. So the commissioner didn't see it.
I'm talking about the Cotto.
The commissioner didn't see it because when Richardson pointed
you
out,
were in the corner when he knocked out your fighter Cintron twice. Was he murdered there?
Your opinion, thank you. Let's give the
Cotto.
that Margarito wasn't wearing wraps against Cotto needs some mental health.
Okay, thank you very much. The nature of the beast is we're supposed to ask you to ask us questions rather than stand up and make arguments. I understand that became a question.